So it's interesting to point out that the body and the brain can direct its attention towards things outside us or inside us, or split our attention between those. I talked about this in a previous podcast, but if you didn't see it, no problem. Just understand that dopamine biases us toward thinking about what we don't have, whereas serotonin and some of the related molecules like the endocannabinoids, if you picked up on the word cannabinoid, yes, it's like cannabis because cannabis attaches to endocannabinoid receptors. And the endocannabinoids are receptors and chemicals that the cannabinoids that you naturally make that are involved in things like forgetting. It's not a coincidence that pot smokers don't have the most terrific memory. You may know a few that have great memories, but chances are they would have even better memories if they weren't pot smokers. But you make these molecules that bind to these receptors that make you feel kind of blissed out and content in the present. Those are receptors that exist in us not for sake of consuming THC or marijuana, but for sake of binding of our natural endogenous cannabinoids. So you got these two systems. They're kind of like a push-pull. And if you were to say, do the, in the book, Wherever You Go, There You Are, Jon Kabat-Zinn talks about this meditation practice that's different than most meditation practices, where you eat one almond and you focus all of your attention on the almond, the taste of the almond, the texture of the almond. That's really a mindfulness practice that's geared towards trying to take a behavior which is normally about pursuit. Normally feeding is we engage in feeding because of dopamine. We pursue more of a food because of that pleasure-pain relationship I talked about before. The focus on the one almond or becoming very present in any behavior that normally would be a kind of exteroceptive pursuit behavior and bring it into the here and now. That's a mental trick or a mental task that the mindfulness community has really embraced in order to try and create increased pleasure for what you already have. It's really trying to accomplish a shift from dopamine being released to serotonin and the cannabinoid system being involved in that behavior.